Now we're going to share Chen Cheng-po's second work to be selected for the Imperial Art Exhibition. It is a painting of his hometown Chiayi and of its central fountain. The work is painted in the middle of it all and is called Street Scene on a Summer Day. One interesting thing about Chen Cheng-po's composition is his ready willingness in his paintings to include something that doesn't look very important in his scenes, something called electric poles. He included this new, modern kind of construction, a new object needed to meet people's demand for electricity. We often say that in many of his important paintings, no matter where the scene he was painting, whether in Taiwan, Japan, or China, Chen Cheng-po always loved to paint electrical poles. He loved to paint them into whatever scenic area he was working in. One interesting thing about Street Scene on a Summer Day is that here, Chen's painted the electrical poles into the middle of the scene, but in order to make sure they don't stick out too much, he's offset them a bit. Behind the electrical wires, and in front of the central fountain, there's a great banyan tree, and there are banyan trees to the left and right as well. The bold, geometric form of these trees, and the structure of the hedges as well, gives this real scene, painted from life, an interesting sense of design. Chen Cheng-po has left a large expanse of yellow soil in order to show the blazing heat and the southern Taiwanese sunshine of Chiayi. When we see the deep shadow beneath the great banyan tree in the lower left-hand corner of the painting, it looks as though it is a place where people can go rest in a hot climate. If you look a little bit closer, you'll see that there are benches set up to the side of the great banyan tree. You'll need some very good eyes to see them, but there are many people in that circular area there chatting. During the Japanese colonial period, the fountain in Chiayi's Central Park was a place where people liked to gather together because it was right in the center of the town's Chiayi Street, and in many photographs from the period, you can see many young people there. Many would ride their bikes up beside the water fountain and take a picture there. The fountain was also a popular spot for graduation photos, and because there were many important shops nearby, this was also a spot for shopping. When you got tired, you could rest beneath the tree. In this painting, in addition to the expressive leaves and branches of the great banyan tree, painted in the style of Van Gogh, we can also identify several impressive buildings. For instance, on the right-hand side, there is one of Chiayi's hotels, which at the time was very important, modern, and beautiful. Also on the right, there is a building that is very Western in style, and there is also a very beautiful iron pylon, which was actually a very important landmark to the side of Chiayi's post office. From these landmarks, and from the position of the electrical poles, we can often find the rough location of the scene Chen Cheng-po painted. In Chen Cheng-po's depiction of the scenery of his hometown, aside from modern, urban architecture, Chiayi Park is very important. In his 1937 painting called Chiayi Park, Chen paints realistic scenery, as well as the park's royal poinciana flowers. The branches of these plants seem to be warm hands extended outward, holding the red royal poinciana flowers in their palms. Beneath a great green umbrella of shade, he places some red-crowned cranes and some other birds, as well as people holding hands, who stand beneath the trees admiring what seems to be a view of paradise. This blend of reality and an idealized paradise is very important in Chen Cheng-po's late-period works, in which he added a great deal of emotion. From his expression of an ideal harmony, we can see Chen's feelings towards his hometown becoming deeper and deeper, and we can also see an idealism in his late work.